Yeah, we're based in Melbourne, just a small plumbing maintenance company. We have recently had 6 on the team. We've dropped down to 5 in the last week. We've got 2 in the tools, 3 in the office. We've got a truck and van ready to be filled. We work out of a home office with a big shed at the back.
Nice. And your other half?
The other half, she's in the office as well.
Nice. Back at home.
Back at home.
Prepping the little one.
Yeah, that's right. So we got a little baby in the oven. She's due in September the 18th, and she couldn't fly. They won't let her fly when she's pregnant. So she had to stay at home, and she's on the webinar. She's been up a couple of times.
Right, all good. Hey, Tegan. Hey, what was life like before you joined the $1 Million Tradie program, and what were you looking to improve?
Yeah, so before I joined $1 Million Tradie program, I said when I was 40, I was done. I just wanted out. I wanted to close up shop or sell up and just go back on a wage. I just had enough of the stress and all that stuff. We were always flying blind with the numbers. We didn't know what a profit and loss statement was. There was no structures, there was no plans, and we had a large staff turnaround as well.
How was that affecting you guys?
We always had debt with the ATO and everything all the time, and we just didn't know where to go. We didn't know how to grow. We didn't know when we were making money, when we weren't making money. Literally, I just looked at the bank account, and then I looked at the bills, and I was like, okay, no worries, we've got a bit of money. There's some money coming in and stuff like that. And that's what it was, you know.
The bank balance check-in, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it didn't really work.
Yeah, and how did that flow into family life, your lifetime stress?
Yeah, I didn't have any time for the family, and that did hurt a lot. It's just, it was so hard. I just wanted my time back with the family. That was one of the most important things, yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the changes that you've made.
Yeah, changes that I made. So we've done a lot. So when we started with PT, I pretty much hung up my boots. So I was always on the tools. I've been a plumber for 17 years. So I know to move forward, I said to myself, we just got to hang up the boots and work on the business. Tegan was set days in the office, so she is the biggest weapon. I'm lucky to have her. She's just a gun. I couldn't do anything without her. We built team culture, followed what PT telling us to do. We do have a little book. Every time we have a coaching call, we write on that the 3 things that they tell us to do, and we make sure that gets done before the next coaching call. And that makes, I recommend that for anyone, because you just make sure you get it done. And in that little book, Q&As and everything, I just write them all down, ready to answer any questions. I put them at the back, and then I try and ask. I still remember that number 24 from last boot camp. Yeah. And I still try and ask something every 2 weeks, if it's a business coach or Q&A.
Do you want to quickly explain what that is?
Yeah, so number 24 is 24 times that someone asks a question throughout the year, asks their coaches throughout the year. But even if it's not coaches, you could even ask the Q&As, and they're the most successful ones that have succeeded, something like that.
Test your memory. Do you remember how much of an improvement it'll make to your net profit if you engage 24 times a year?
Double? Triple?
500%.
500%, that was
almost
it,
497%,
yeah.
You did well, though. Nice job.
Yeah, so, I still remember that, and you still even have the old book from the last boot camp, and I still go through the notes regularly. I make sure I get them done, I tick them off, and I've ticked them all off. It's really good.
Killer, man. Yeah, I love you guys' discipline. Andrew and Tegan are on every single Q&A separately in the same room, but they're both engaging separately. It's so good. Any other changes that you've made in the business?
The biggest one was probably just hanging up the boots. We've built team culture, structure. We've done checklists, post-job, pre-job, sign-in, sign-out sheets for tools. We have a better inventory system. We have signed T's and C's, so we're a maintenance company. We make sure all our boys carry iPads, and they just sign signatures at the door before we walk in, because we've had issues with cash payments, or not even cash payments, just payments in general that they don't want to pay. We have a phone script.
And what are the changes that you've made done for you guys in terms of results?
Yeah, so hanging up the booth, again, was probably one of the most things, because then I could chase the big rock stuff. We worked on fixed price structure, completing write-ups, sending out lumpy mail, along with cold calling, meeting up with the team. So hanging up the boots will be like, I could do that, where if I was on the tools, there was no way I could have done that, wouldn't have had time, and would have just been chasing the sand all the time, filling it into the jar and stuff like that. So, Tegan in the office helped out so much. She's an absolute weapon. Lucky to have her. Anything I just ask her to do, she'll just go, yep, get it done, and just checklist. Yeah, no worries, this is... And then she'll say, I've done this. I was like, I didn't even know you're doing it. I was like, I only asked you a day ago, and then she's just written it out. I was like, how the hell did you do that? So, yeah, she's really good. The team turnaround, so we have weekly 20s now. We used to have it... every fortnightly. We do back costing, labour utilisation and KPI, so we show them that as well. And they like it, and we pump them up when they're down, and we praise them up. Yeah, we pump them up when they've done good things, and we praise them when they're down. So we say, no, come on, man, like, you can do better. You can do this, I know you can, and stuff like that, on the KPIs and stuff like that.
What have you noticed from the team since ramping up the 20s and like really focusing on, bringing them to the right sort of performance mode?
Yeah. So it's a big change from them. They like the 20s as well, because it's like their personal life as well, and it's like you're being it's like a deep and meaningful thing. It's like you're being their mentor. And after doing that, we just, after showing them the figures and all that stuff, we found that the sales went from 60,000 in sales one month to 120 the next month. And then we just kept the foot on the pedal, and we just constantly kept changing that as well. And then was negative net profit prior months, and then the next month after that was like 50k net profit, so it was really good.
Killer, man.
That is most important though, is doing your 20s and doing the KPIs with them and stuff like that.
How have things changed around the family time?
Family is a lot better now. Me and Tegan did used to argue a lot. We don't argue as much now because we kind of got different roles and stuff like that. They sometimes do merge. I think I had an argument with her before because she said that how long she was having off, and I was like, shit, what am I going to do without you? So I kind of said, well, when are you coming back to work, So she's like, I'm having 4 months off, so yeah. And I'm like, okay, we need another nanny or something like that to mind these kids. But she's like, I'm having 4 months off, so... Yeah, so we had an argument about that, but it's just me being like, no, I need you here, I need you at work, but yeah. But no, even being home, hanging up the boots, working from home and stuff, you get to see the kids a lot more as well, which is most important. Otherwise, you're getting home too late, doing on the tools and stuff like that, so that was a big difference. So
obviously she's having 4 months off. What's the plan to make sure that you have that replacement? You got something?
Yeah, I'm going to have to probably get a VA and just try and get her to do some tasks that I do, and maybe even thinking about getting a bookkeeper and then taking a little bit pressure off the office lady and try and put more working on the business for the office lady, maybe 1 hour or 2 hours a day, just at the end of her checklist that she's got.
Right, nice. What are the main mindset changes you've had to make to get the results?
Sorry to be repetitive, but hanging up the boots. I've found other businesses, whether it's in PT or not in PT, they didn't hang up the boots, and I just see where they go wrong all the time. And I thought, fuck, I can't be like that. I'm going to have to hang up the boots.
I think that one's massive, and don't apologise for being repetitive. Like, anybody here still on the tools? A few? Anybody like really struggling to get off the tools, and it's a bit of a mental block for you? Few? It can be hard, right? Like, how did you get through that?
I just knew what I had to do. I just knew I had to do it, and I think I'd even done it even before, a week before I signed up with PT. I think I was signed up with PT before I even had the call with John, because I said to Tegan, I said, doesn't even matter what the price is. I said, I'm buying it. You could have told me it's 10 grand, and I would have done it, but. Yeah, I know. He's going to put up the price on me now, but yeah, I was like, when we booked in the call, it was like a week. I'm like, a week? I want you tomorrow. Yeah, so yeah, it's what I had to do to move forward. And
so what would you say to these guys that are struggling to get off?
I would say just do it, but if you financially can't do it, maybe try 1 day a week, get off the tools, put your phone on Do Not Disturb like your personal so the boys don't ring you. and maybe try and just work on the business that 1 day a week rather than just working for the business and being an ops manager. It will make a massive difference. It might take a bit of time and stuff like that, but you will get the changes. You will turn that needle and the dial into a next category or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it will improve your business massively.
Sweet, man. Awesome. What other mindset changes?
Tegan's mindset changes was as a business owner, so she knew that she was more valuable working on the business and hiring staff to work on the business, work for the business. So her working on the business, so I got to run the wrong way around, didn't I? Her working on the business and then hiring staff to work for the business. So that was key.
I really like what you said about knowing your value as a business owner. That's where the money comes in, right?
Yeah.
Good, man. Right, awesome. Questions for Andrew? Pop up to the mics, guys, if you've got a question. Steve.
Great work, Andrew. It's awesome to hear, mate. Hey, have you got some plans for the future where you want to take the business?
Plans for people to take on the business?
No, plans for your future with the business, like where you want to take your business?
Yep. So at the moment, you heard, so we had 3 on the tools, and we've only just lost one, but probably more for the good reasons anyway. But we just had a little bit of a chat. You've got a nice guy, but we just had a bit of a chat. So we've got 2 vehicles ready to get filled. So we pretty much want to get them filled, and at the end of the year, we want to get someone else on top of that. So that will take it to 5, I think. Yep, 5. Got to do math on that. And then hopefully middle of next year, I'll get another one on, buy another van. So then there'll be 6. So pretty much from what we're at 3 on the road, so pretty much doubling. We see it doubling the business pretty much.
Cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, some love. 3, 2, 1. Cool. Rob?
Yeah, back costing with your team.
you
How's
chuck
that?
that to your face?
Back costing with your team. How's that looking? What have been the pros and cons of it?
Yeah, back costing, it wastes so much time on my day. I'm glad you asked that question because this might help you as well. I use ServiceMate, and I've got to keep copying and paste it. I've got to add the it's on the post-job checklist, what they use on the job. So I've got to copy that, put it on the cost of goods sold and all that stuff. And then it brings up your back cost, and I always copy and paste it, and I put it on an Excel spreadsheet. I separate each one of them boys, and I bring them up, and I'm bringing up their sales. And it's not about bringing up how much you made on the week, but it's about each individual job. If it was below 65% and it's 60, even if it was 60, I highlight that red and I go, okay, explain this job to me. What did you do? What happened? I go, where can we go better next time? Not just having a go at them. I'd never had a go at them. I said, okay, no worries, where can we improve from this? And that was a lot different rather than just getting angry at them and just feisty at them and stuff like that. Along that, we gave labour utilisation, but it takes so much time out of my day, but I've just, they're making it at the moment. It's a Wink, it's called Wink, and they can link with your JMS, and they can bring up your back costing, and you can change the whole graph on any way you want it, so that the way I want it is separate from all the boys, and then just bring them up week by week when I'm bringing up the KPIs, from the KPAs. And and that's just going to save me so much time. So more things like that in the business will help me as well, so I can work more on the business, like hiring a VA as well to just take the pressure off me as well.
Yeah, no, sweet. Yeah, thanks, mate.
Awesome. Some love. 3, 2, 1. Emma.
Hi there. I'm quite inspired by your drive. I'm hearing things like the notebook with the 3 points that you're wanting to action and things like that. Can you just elaborate a bit further on, is there any other things that you're doing, or vision boards or anything that you're doing to keep that inspiration and drive happening?
If you ever lose drive, the first thing I do is go to the PT website or anything like that and try and find like these speeches here, and just to motivate you back up and get that drive back up. Because anyone can do it here. You've just got to just put your foot down on the pedal and make sure you're chasing the big rocks. Another thing we do as well is all your rocks and stuff, you write them all on a bit of paper, and you can label them 1 to 10, 1 being the most important, the massive rock, and you do that one first. So you go through the list, 1, 2, 3. And then that way you're chasing your biggest rock. You're not going to the bottom of the list, because that's the easiest task, or that's what needs to be done urgently. You're chasing your massive rock first.
Thank you very much for that.
I like that. All right, some love. 3, 2, 1. Plumber.
Hi Andrew, I'd like to hear a bit more. You touched on payments and collecting signatures and just getting payment there and then, and how you did that, and the impact that made on the cash flow and your business.
Yeah, so signatures were important, and we make sure they're on the KPIs as well. It's just simple tasks on the KPIs, and it's not a form on our JMS, but you can always implement any app to do it. But we have to make sure they sign that before we enter the door. We send them an email before so they can read over it. With the cash flow issues, like with 50% deposit over $1,000, so we do it with everyone was saying, even my wife, she goes, I don't think the real estate's going to take this. I don't think they're going to do it. And every other PT member, like, nah, I've done it. They do it, and the ones that don't do it, don't worry about it. So anything over $1,000, we take 50% payment, and that just helps with our cash flow forecasting on that. It's like been so much better.
Strong, man. Nice.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool. Some love. 3, 2, 1.
Hey man, good to see you in person after being on all the webinars together.
Yeah.
Well done hanging up the boots. Do you find yourself jumping back on the tools from time to time when you're really busy?
I do because I'm actually not when I'm busy though. I like teaching people. I'm such a good plumber. I was a plumber for, I don't know, talking myself up. But yeah, the knowledge I've got, I can't just teach them. So I want to go back out on the field with them, and I want to teach them, hey, this is the tricks to the trade. Do it this way, do it that way, and show them physically how to do it. And I sprang it up at a toolbox meeting. I'm just going to be like the undercover boss and just going to go out once a month with them and see how they kind of do their sales with and see how they run with jobs and all that stuff, and see how they speak to clients. Because I've done it for years, and I know how to talk to clients. I know how to do it all, and I know how to do the jobs and see where they're struggling, see where they can improve and all that stuff. Not to have a go at them, but say, hey, this is what you can do better. So a bit like a coach for a tradesman, really. If I could do that once a month, that's what we're going to do anyway.
Nice.
Magic.
Excellent.
All right,
Great.
some love. 3, 2, 1. Christian.
Kia ora. I just wanted to say I really liked your coaching call 1, 2, 3. Getting things done by the next call. I think that's really good to keep on top of it all. And I just wanted to step out of the business part and just ask, what are some of your personal values? Maybe three top personal values.
Personal values, so not our business values, personal values. One is honesty. Massively is honesty. Like, I always believe honesty would get you everywhere in life, where when you lie, you only just lost that person's trust. They'll never believe you again. So yeah, honesty is one thing. You got me on the spot here, so you asked for 3. Probably loyalty. Loyalty is a good one. I hope Tegan should help me out here. Loyalty is probably another one, and another value. Yeah, family. There you go. Yeah, sorry. That should have been number 1.
Nice, man. Hey, you crushed it. Right, awesome question.
I just wanted to also say good on your wife for sticking to her guns.
Thanks.
Too right. All right, some love. 3, 2, 1. Another question down the end.
Hi. I just wanted to ask, what have you found most effective for building team culture?
Yeah, 20s. The other guy that just left, he had a little personal issue, and just be like more, have a chat with him and stuff like that. Be like, doing the 20s can sometimes turn into a deep and meaningful conversation, and you link with him. I've even gone out with him and tried to change his ways and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it just didn't go that way, but it was always helping him and stuff like that was massive to him, and we got good feedback on the 20s and stuff like that. Going out with team building days, we said we've done that. We said we're going to do that, and we're only just implementing that now, and I think that's going to be a massive change as well. So, yeah.
Thanks.
Killer. All right, some love. 3, 2, 1. Righty-ho. One more question.
Hi, I'm Rob's wife as well, so I've known you from all the Q&As when we started. Just want to know how you and Tegan have got past you said that you used to argue a lot, and I think a lot of that for me and Rob is probably defining our roles and then not crossing over. So how and you and Tegan have sort of got past that?
I suppose being on the same page, we got to bring it back in, but we used to have a directors meeting once a week. Well, we are bringing it back in. We used to have it once a week, so we know where we got to pretty much aim the arrow. So know what we're working on, know what we're doing for that week, know what we can change and stuff like that. Yeah. That's probably most important. So pretty much being on the same page, but then also we used to kind of do different jobs, so then we kind of don't cross over each other's path. Like, no, I wouldn't have done that way, and I would have done it this way. So yeah, that's changed a lot. And you know, we believe in anything PT says. So anything that PT says or tells us to do, we just do. Like, we just believe it. If they told us the sky's purple, we'd probably believe it. So,
yeah. Nice.
But yeah, that it's
the culture, huh?
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Right, some love. 3, 2, 1. Hey, great work, man. Well done.
Thank you.
A hand for Andrew.